Hello, it's Andrew Eborn here. Welcome to another edition of Ask RJ Gibb. Last time we were joined by John Simcox. He's now here in the studio with RJ, coming up straight after this break. Hello, welcome back. It's Andrew Eborn here. Delighted that you could join us. I'm delighted also that RJ Gibb is with us to answer your questions. How are you doing, RJ?
Great, Andrew. How are you doing?
Hey, not too bad, not too bad. So what's been keeping you busy?
Well, no, we've just been working on the new the new charity single for the for Lifeline, and another one for the Italian Red Cross. It's good.
And it's been pretty amazing, the various things to try and do what we can to help people during these extraordinary times. And I think 3 or 4 or 5 different initiatives to help raise money and awareness. Tell us about some of those.
Yeah, well, so we've got, as mentioned, the charities we're working with in Serbia and also in Italy, but also we've got there's the Masonic Charitable Foundation. We have our own page in conjunction with them to give money for respirators and the NHS and much needed medical equipment. Yeah, there's a few other endeavors as well. They're all coronavirus relief efforts. So yeah.
So it's quite a few going on, and we had a fantastic time for Serbia. They shattered the amount they were looking for, went way above it, and it's also talk about doing a potential single as well.
Yeah, no, we're working on that now. Yeah, in fact, we've started the production phase of it.
Which I think is fantastic. And not only that, there's going to be an announcement in the next few days, watch this space, about another major online concert.
Yeah, we'll be well, whether anything we do on from now on is either completely for charity or we give some of it to charity. So we'll be continuing with the Legacy Tour online on live stream, but at the same time we'll have many different concerts and collaborations with different artists. So, it'll be fun.
No, fantastic. Well, I'm delighted that we have an opportunity, as we always do at this sort of time, to bring in some of the fans. And I've been having a lovely chat last time with John Simcox. Are you there, John?
I am, Andrew, yes.
Welcome back. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Fantastic. Last time we chatted with John, he was telling us about his doll's houses. He has a really impressive CD collection, lots and lots of memorabilia. And he last saw you, RJ, it was about 11 years ago, wasn't it, John?
11 years ago, yes.
Well, you're through to RJ now. Here we go. RJ, meet John again. Do you remember each other?
You won't remember me.
Vaguely. This was the Bomber Command memorial.
That's one. If you can see that.
Yeah.
That's you on there.
Bit higher up. There you go.
Yeah, that's you. This obviously that was.
Great. Was this the help for heroes, or was it?
Is that you on the front, John?
That's me on the front, yes.
Hold it up again. Let's have a look.
There's all different ones, and there's obviously the grounds, and that's me in the grounds as well. And let's find me with Robin. That was the fly pass that they did, and that's again me with Robin.
Well, is that a book that you had made up?
Yeah, there's probably got about 30 or 40 photographs still, and it was just great meeting him. And then obviously that was a special number plate.
You had that book made?
Yes, it's just as a memento.
We could have done with that as part of the program.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't know. It sort of came in. There's all kinds of things with sort of Robin. And it was like, if you remember, there was about 160 people there. There were about 130 were sort of A to Z celebs, and there were 30 plebs like me. So it was just
Well,
fantastic.
Start from A to Z. Who are the A-listers, John?
Oh well, there's Mike Reed, who was the I think.
Oh, he'd love that. Mike would be delighted to be the A-lister the first name you mentioned.
Oh, absolutely.
How you doing, Mike? All right. He's a regular viewer. We like Mike.
Yeah, Mike Reed was on there. There was Paul Gambaccini. There was Melinda Messenger. There was unfortunately Eddie Large. I just took a video out because we got some videos as well. He was in there as well. We met him, Eddie Large, chap out Dave Clark 5, BJ Proby. There was just loads and loads and loads of them. Vicky Michelle. Loads and loads. It's Vicky Michelle, the one with the photograph of Vicky Michelle, which is, you remember Vicky Michelle, yeah?
Well, there you go. Yeah, Vicky's got the same picture of you on her wall as well.
Of course, yes. I'm obviously, she's, yes, a big fan of mine. So, yes. And that's
there you go. Very good.
Yeah, so that was it. There's just loads of bits there, loads of photographs, to be honest with you.
Oh, fantastic. And you should show RJ, because John's walls are plastered with memorabilia, apart from the doll's houses at the back. Show RJ your CD collection.
That's the CD collection. Hang on a second here. Most of the stuff's upstairs. That's the CD collection.
Oh, fantastic.
And majority of those are all BG stuff, to be fair. All BG stuff. This one, you know this one?
Oh, God, it looks familiar, yeah.
Fabulous, that one. And obviously the one which you helped to make sure you got to all our fans. Without you, probably would never have come to surface.
Oh, yeah. No, I produced that with Pete.
I think on this particular album, St. Catherine's Drive, the Instant Love one, which was a collaboration between you and your father.
Yeah.
I actually like the first version with you doing the lead vocal. And then Robbie was doing
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got it.
There was
anything with Robin on, I will collect. So obviously, again, when he's done backing things and he's been singing with you, I've got lots of that as well.
Well, fantastic. In fact, Mike Reed, "One Way Love" on there is a song that I wrote with Mike and my father, and one of the other ones on there is, of course, "Don't Cry Alone," which was from the Titanic Requiem.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we did what was it? Oh yes, in fact, this was it was something that was actually just something my father put down as a demo on his iPad, and we lifted the vocals for. And this was my brothers are with me.
Sydney.
No, originally it was like My Brothers Are With Me, and then it eventually became Sydney.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
fabulous.
We had to try and do our best to make it sound, worthy, and it came out kind of otherworldly. But I still like it. I love the song.
Absolutely. Did RJ? Did Robin intend to go back to the studio with Barry and redo that and probably produce it in a different way?
He would have. Yeah, it was something that he was working on very late in the stage of his illness, and of course, if they were ever able to collaborate again, that was in the cards, of course.
Yes, absolutely. So a question I want to ask you, but there's a number of questions, but the main question I want to ask you is obviously the way that the brothers wrote music. They didn't write; they crafted music, didn't they? Because they don't write your quavers and your minims and your crotch. It's basic. They would craft music from obviously.
Yeah. No. I know music theory, but they didn't. They had no idea of music theory, and just. They learned chords and such. In fact, Morris learned how. I think Morris was the only one who learned some theory in order to play guitar. But Barry, even when he played guitar, he was using a Hawaiian open string tuning he'd been taught by his neighbor when he was a child. So it's not even he doesn't even know the notes he's playing. He just knows the way to tune it. But the thing is that's the thing. They all played by ear, and they all wrote by ear. and they never wrote lyrics first. It was always, and that's how I work as well. You do the music, and then you put the words come, of course.
So obviously there must be absolutely loads and loads of unfinished works of Robin. There may be things that you've obviously worked with him on as well, which we haven't had the appreciation of yet. Please.
When we were supposed to go on tour this year, and we were going to have a lot of releases that were going to coincide with that tour. But now, of course, we're since we're doing it this way, live streaming the concerts, we'll be releasing them anyway. I don't know if we'll be releasing them in the physical form until later, but they'll definitely be coming out. And it's not just there's covers or remakes of older songs, and there are, of course, songs that I've finished of my father's, and then there are songs that I wrote with my father that we never finished or that we cut from, because we wrote so many songs for the Requiem, for instance, and for a few other projects that we had to cut. So this is something that I'm looking forward to.
So am I. I would welcome that as soon as possible, please, because we haven't heard Robin for a long, long time. Obviously, and again, if you've got anything like the Instant Love with you on the lead and Robin backing up, that to me was one of the best ones, and it's a pity you didn't have that on as another version on the St. Catherine's Drive album as well, because I think I preferred. That's the first one I heard, I think, of yourself doing the lead and then Robin doing the chorus and coming the backing vocals. Brilliant.
Oh, thank you. No, that means a lot.
No, it is. And I think, to be fair, you must miss him so much, obviously, because it's the talent and the passion that you both have for music, and obviously, with the years that he should have had ahead of him, how much more could you have done?
Yeah. No, he could have had a good 20 or 30 years, and that's the same thing he said about Morris as well. Such a talented man, taken so early. And I think that there's a lot of things we would have accomplished, and we had a lot of things planned. So we're actioning a lot of those things now, though. So it's good. I mean, I can only work with what is left, but
there must be loads. There must be loads in the can. You must have absolutely.
There's a fair bit. Yeah, I just when someone puts something or just in a tape recorder, you need to make it studio worthy, basically. So we need to compile them and do the necessary mixing. But we're aiming for this year for a lot of the releases.
Excellent. I think that's probably one of your fortes and skills in the mixing as well, isn't it? Because I think some of the work he did, obviously, with the St. Catherine's Drive album, he was obviously down to making sure that everything was right, and I think that's probably.
Yeah. I produced the album along with Pete Vitesse.
Yeah.
And he was officially the lead producer on it, but we worked together through the whole thing.
Excellent. One other question, which is a Bee Gees question, and no one has ever answered this question because no one knows it, and I think it was slightly before your time as well. But Live Aid, why weren't the Bee Gees on Live Aid? Were they not asked? Did they turn it down?
I'm not sure if there was if it was something to do with one of them having an ear infection or something, or if but I think they made a video afterwards, I'm sure.
I think they may have donated. So I think the fact for me that obviously Live Aid was one of the biggest things on 3 particular continents and 3 different arenas, and then all the stars of the last sort of 20 years, Phil Collins and Queen, and the Bee Gees obviously were one of the biggest, for me, the biggest, and they weren't mentioned. They weren't even, I didn't know whether they'd been invited or whatever, or they turned it down for some reason. So, but no one has ever been able to answer that question.
In fact, there's some family members in the house. I can see if, let me see something.
I love that this is all happening in real time. There we go, John. You see, this is a very special moment in Bee Gees history. If this is in real time, RJ might even find out the answer for you.
Okay, thank you.
If not, what we can do, we can bring you back next time. You're a regular now, John. Well, what I love about this is that we're getting you like every, I think this is about the 20th time you've been on. Right? We're loving it. It's
yeah, well, yeah, 3rd time, I think, to be fair.
I know, but it's all good. It's lots of fun, which is really good. So whilst RJ's looking for that sort of side, what would you like to see happen, John?
Obviously, I think the Bee Gees music to live on. Obviously, it's okay. They live this through tribute bands, etc. But I think RJ has got the right way for it. Some of the work that he's done with his father, and he's got bits and pieces of, and if he can mix those and produce him with his father, and that would obviously bring Robin back to us in a new way, as well as obviously promoting RJ in the right way. Because I think RJ's, as you said, he's got a good voice. He's a talented musician, and he's got the ability to mix and things and produce, which is what I think most Bee Gees fans, and there's thousands still want to hear things of the Bee Gees. You know, I search for all over the place for the things that haven't been released, and I've got CDs there which haven't been released, songs which haven't been released, and you know, go even. I think I started even when I was young, and I got the first 3 albums that I bought were called Rare, Precious, and Beautiful, and they were the 3 albums from the Bee Gees when they were kids in Australia, so 63 to 66. And they, you know, they were just like, they were raw, they were kids, but you could see what was in there. So, and there's, you know, lots of things like, you know, things that you don't make the albums, like things like Sensuality, which was, didn't make the album. And that's, you know, that's not recorded anywhere. You've just got to find it. And then, that's why a lot of my stuff is saved to digital rather than on CDs or on vinyl or anything. So the Sensuality, and then Mind Over Matter and things like that. And Bee Gees working with others, like when Robin working with Jimmy Ruffin, you know, and things like that, and Marcia Levy, and when he and Morris produced Corolla, their album. So, you know, there's just so much to collect. But, you know, it's been a long time since we've heard anything new from Robin. And
the great thing as well, John, is that RJ's a superbly talented singer-songwriter in his own right. So he's got lots of new material as well. He's bringing a new twist. He's bringing a new twist to his father's work, his uncle's work, and so on and so forth. So the plan is with KTT, we're going to be releasing some of those traditional, classic Bee Gees numbers, but also putting a lot of RJ's new material out as well.
Absolutely. And I'd be interested, because I like RJ, I like his music, so I've listened to some of his music, yeah. So, and I will see him when he tours again. I will definitely go and see him.
You're fantastic. We already, as RJ mentioned, we had lots of plans to be touring this year until that virus sort of took over. But basically, BC, before Corona, we had enormous plans, and we're going to be working on that sort of basis. That will be coming to a town near you as soon as we're allowed to.
Okay, well, I'll find you anyway. If you're in the UK, I'll come and see you anyway. To be fair, that's no problem.
No, fantastic. Well, you must come along, and actually, you should be a regular on this. Well, you mentioned about a number of rare recordings that you have. Maybe next time you can take us through some of those rare recordings. Absolutely,
yes, absolutely. I think they're just fascinating for me. And there's bits of demos, which is why I asked the question, which I've got. They're bits of demos which people have got hold of, and I've managed to collect. It only maybe a verse or a couple of verses in the chorus, and and they can even talking over it. There are things like that which to me is that there's loads that's not being released, and the things like the stuff they've written for other people, even going back to Marbles and in the early days when they wrote for the group Marbles, Only One Woman, the Bee Gees, because they wrote it, they've got a version of that somewhere, and I haven't got that. I would like that copy, and I think that's things like that, things that Robin's written as well, which obviously I got the last one of Robbie, which is the one with all the stuff that his albums on, which was and some of the stuff he hadn't been released. That was good because it was more studio worthy, as RJ related to. Without the actual studio production, some of it is a bit hard to sort of enjoy. You do enjoy it, but it's not the
No,
same.
absolutely. And the great thing is, John, is that by reaching out and the wonderful work that Marion's doing to get all the fans together, we can work out anything which is unfinished, anything which is been lost somewhere. Together, we can probably manage to pull that all together. And RJ's been working on a number of tracks, which his father may have started, and basically work on that sort of premise. Tell us a bit more about that, RJ.
I think I might have found this. So before we go into that, I think I might have found the answer to the Live Aid.
This is the answer. This is, oh my goodness. Okay, this is the moment of tension. There'll be a drum roll.
Yes, I think at the time, because this was 1985.
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was. And
we have to go to a break. No, you're okay. Carry on, yes.
As you know, the Bee Gees had taken a hiatus from each other for the first part of the 1980s. And I'm not sure if it had anything to do with them not being able to appear together. But I know there were some messages of support to Live Aid and Bob Geldof.
Yes.
But I think that might be the root of it.
Okay. Thank you for that. That gives me closure on that question.
Well, I'll continue. But you've sparked something here. I'm gonna look into it further. But but that's
I think they came 85 or 86. They did the work with Corolla.
Yeah, there was Diana Ross that Barry was doing, of course, and my father was cutting albums with Morris. So I think 85. I think they would have been separated. So I don't think they got back to do anything together until like the You Win Again period, wasn't it?
Yeah, they started when they signed the new contract with Warner. When they went back to Warner, the new album's there. Excellent. RJ, thank you for that. That's brilliant. And please, as soon as you can, we want to see you and want to see the work with you to finish the songs off. Brilliant. Can't wait for that.
Absolute pleasure having you. And of course, we'll watch out for all the new releases and.
Will do. Yeah.
John, it's a real pleasure to have you back in the studio with us. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time, and do dig out those old, very rare albums or unreleased tracks and come talk to us about those as well.
Okay, will do. Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Excellent.
Thanks a lot, John. Take care.
Bye, John.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Still, thank you. Bye-bye.
There you go, RJ. He was great, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So we love all that sort of stuff.
Well.
So if any other fans would like to join RJ in the studio, write to legacy@Octopus TV and you'll be able to speak directly to RJ. Pose those questions. The harder the better. You're doing well there with the rare ones. And we'll see you next time. But until then, thank you very much for joining us and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.